Hello, I'm Bood and welcome to episode 6, season 6 of Rebuilding Wigan Athletic. As always, thanks for joining me. If you're still enjoying it, you must be because you're back. Hit that thumbs up, it really helps the series, helps me out. Subscribe if you're new. Make sure after this you go and catch up on my Tame Valley series. It's still my favourite. If you're not watching it, you're missing out. But any support I get is massive. And I just want to plug a story video I released recently called Evolving Mindset. If you've ever seen one of my story videos, it's the same as that, but it's got a message. I'm trying to do as much as I can this year, as you probably know, for Evolving Mindset. They're a mental health organisation, a charity run by my friend Lee Monaghan. And it's a story about a guy who, you know, falls on hard times, but he fights on through. And can he make it in the footballing world? So if you can go and show that some love as well, hit the thumbs up, watch an advert, because all the money raised from that video will be donated to the charity. So thank you very much. Now, this season, yeah, it's been a crazy ride here at Wigan, and it has been crazy. So I'm not going to tell you what I've got up to. I'm just going to get stuck into it and talk you through it. So let's get started. As you know, if you've seen the last episode, down to the dying minutes, we were being relegated. I was this close to being relegated for the first time in anything I've ever done on YouTube. So it was a first for everything, but it wasn't to be, because Mr. McBurney scored that 92nd minute winner against Palace. Now, of course, we also won the Carabao Cup, which is fantastic. But if I'd have been relegated, I would have ended it, because I felt that would be a failure, a big step backwards. Even though we are in Europe, we are in the conference of Europe, like the third division, but it's still European football. So it opens up a whole new world, really, even though it's not elite European football. You get new players coming in, and obviously having a second year in the Premier League and having that first year in the Premier League where we had a low wage budget, we've been able to accumulate some finances and a decent amount of money to spend. And if you've ever watched any of my rebuilds in the past or anything I do, you know I'm very youth orientated. Is that the word? Yeah. Yeah. And I always like to go down that route on a longer term save. So I thought, you know, this is going okay. I don't want to keep scrapping on frees and hoping these random players are going to do it for me. I want to build for the future. And even if I only play one more season or two more seasons, I always feel, I know it's a computer game, but I always feel that youth play without fear. And I always have a lot of success going down that route. So I'd been scouting a lot. And I moaned about this last year. I've not really looked at it too much this year, but there seems to be a lot of so-called wonder kids, and there was an insane amount of so-called wonder kids in the Championship. Now in goal, we've still got Jamal Blackman. Great keeper, he's been fantastic for me. And one of my other saves, he's actually playing in League 2. And my coaches even say he's only a Championship goalkeeper, but he's been so good, even though he's letting, look how many goals he's letting. Wow. Now we signed him on a free, and he looks decent. He's only 28 years old. Come from PSV Eindhoven, used to be at Sheffield United. But I think he came in thinking he was going to be first choice, and I probably signed him on that. And yeah, that might change. Now you're going to notice as well some players have gone. I don't want to run through them all because quite a lot left. A lot were released. I got some good money for a few. I'll try and remember to talk about them. But we're keeping Zach Swanson because look how handy a player he is. Now this is one of the first Wonder Kids. Now it's going to say that a lot of them lose the Wonder Kid tag quickly. And I think recent games they throw that around too much, so I don't look into that. I wasn't looking at their media description and signing them off that. I was going off my scouting reports and what I looked at as a player. John Smith's come from Brighton, who are in the Premier League, and Europe helps us do this. Now another thing I've talked about on other saves, and maybe this one, is how easy it is this year, I think, to offer, like, say, I think we offered 7 million for this kid, and the rest of it's spread out. At left back, we've still got Kevin Walsh. He's been here a while. He's not the best in the world. He can still improve. He is only 21 years old. Because we've signed Rodney Dean from Bournemouth, who were in the Championship. They've just got promoted back to the Premier League this year. But Rodney Dean wanted to leave. Again, he's a wonder kid. Again, do not read into this, because I don't think a lot of them are, and a lot of them lose that tag. I just feel like I'm on wonder kid overload this year, but it is what it is. Rodney Dean, 8 million. Going up to 30 eventually if he plays for England or Northern Ireland, sorry, and scores lots of goals. Again, on loan, I've brought Finlay Burns back. What's he been here, like 4 years now? He's basically a Wigan player. City won't sell him now. Don't know why. They might as well. We've still got Billy as well, who we signed last year from, was it Liverpool or Bristol City? It might have been Liverpool. He was on loan at Bristol City. Again, he's a backup centre half. One player we did sign from Bristol City, another wonder kid, is Darren Mahoney, who I really like. I mean, he's got a lot to learn. 20, his tackling, his marking, his positioning. So I'm going to try and train him on all that. And as a backup, because I'm looking at Mahoney Burns as my main two, I brought back Ricardo. I couldn't find anyone else. It's a position I've really struggled with throughout the entire series with Wigan. He's getting in centre halves. Defensive midfield, I've kept Bruno. We signed him last year. All-round decent player. My coaches think he's good. I think he's decent. Alex Wills. Now, we did actually bring him in last year, but he didn't play. Whereas this year, I think at 18, he's got a bit better, and I think he'll definitely get a lot more game time. Plus, I love the fact he's got blonde hair and a brown beard. On the left, we've still got Mr. Pellegrini, 25 years old. I think he's a good, cracking little player. Perfect little winger, really. 25, and he's got a bit of competition. Again, signed from Bristol City, but you know, with Premier League, we've got that pull, bit of European football, is Jeff Johnstone. He cost me 35 in total, but I've given about 7.5. I think they're going to get 20 million if he scores 50 goals. When will that ever happen? It's a good way to buy players, I think, and it spreads your finances out, and it never really seems to ruin your club. I don't know how it really works. Signed from Middlesbrough for only 3.5 million is Paul Dredge, who, you know, he's not got his wonder kid tag, but I still think he's got bags of potential, loads of technique, pretty quick. He's 18 years old, so he's one for the future, but one I'm happy about. And again, a player for Middlesbrough. There's a lot of talent in the Championship, it seems, apparently. And it's Christopher Larkin, 19, my new right winger. I'm putting a lot into youth here, aren't I? It might backfire. It might not. Just behind the strikers, we've still got Ollie Williams, the guy I got from Colchester, who has just grown and grown and grown, who became a wonder kid in the second half of last season. And yeah, I wanted to model my team on Ollie, really. Backed up by one of our own, Max Ostler, who can also play up front, or mainly can play up front, but he's going to be, you know, sitting behind, back up to Williams. Again, 19 with a good bit of potential. Striker wise, we've kept Connor Chaplin because he was leading goal scorer with Haaland. He's 28 years old, but I mean, he scored a bucket full of goals, didn't he? Sir Lawrence, you know, he didn't play tons last year. He played quite a bit in different competitions. Again, he probably played less this year, but I will never forget what Sir Lawrence Shanklin did for me at Dundee United. But I've got two new young strikers, two regens that I'm hoping I'll get big things for. And the first one is Bachmann, 20-year-old Austrian we've got from Salzburg, 16.5 million flat out minimum fee. And then signed from Derby County in the Championship. Again, this was more, 37 million eventually, but spread out completely to save the finances, which are still looking pretty good. Antonio Cavera, he's English with a fancy name like that. His finishing makes me worry, his composure makes me worry, but his ability all round maybe will be good, and we can work on his finishing. He'll develop, won't he? I've kept the tactic, but I've tweaked it. So obviously I got this from Steam, I've stuck with it, it's been fun. And I'm not saying my tweaks are anything massive, I've just made a couple of little changes. Again though, the board, no pressure on me, just want me to fight bravely against relegation, reach the first knockout round of the Conference League. I like this, because you play some teams you never play. When you're in the Champions League, it's the same big clubs all the time, and you really need to be a big club. This is our kind of Europe, so I'm excited for it. Bookies, got a second favourites to go down, even with all my youth. Yeah, they're not really fancying us too much, but I do. I think we definitely won't. I don't think we'll be in a relegation battle. Staff, I've really started to flesh out. It's getting better. My scouting team, sorry, ain't the greatest. My physios are getting better, but it's my coaching team. We've definitely improved it. We've got rid of some dead wood. Managed to re-sign good coaches like Andy Cole, Hippier. We brought in Paul Scholes as well. Financially, we're in a good spot. We've got 23 million in the bank. And 8 million still to spend, and a lot of wiggle room in the wages, but I'm happy with the team. I think we'll just stick with it and go from here. I'm still going to scout in case of carrying another season. We've finally been able to invest in the club, improving the youth and the training facilities, which we need, because we've not done that yet. We've not had the money. I mean, apart from that Ostler, I think he's the only player Kevin Walsh, is it? I think I might have signed him, but Osler's definitely one of our own. We've not had nothing come through, and I've not shown you any youth intakes because they've all been really bad. We had a training camp in China, so we organised some games there. We played a few other random teams as well, and done pretty well apart from that 3-0 defeat. Still scoring a lot of goals. Well, of course, we're defending champions of the Carabao Cup. But that was quality. That final made no sense. But anyway, we started off against Salford, battering them 5-1. Then we battered my friend's team, Lee Green Shields, my star goalkeeper at Tame Valley, 4-0. We've gone out against City, you know, superstars, £10 million a week, freaking wages or whatever it is. But we're not done bad there, have we? I mean, they created a lot more, but to only get beat 1-0 against a small team with a lot of money ain't a bad thing. Now, we didn't go straight into the group stages of this European tournament. No, we had to qualify 2 legs against Brøndby. And we started off very well. And it was job done back at home, and we probably should have scored a ton more goals, to be fair. We won 6-0 in aggregate, 2-0 on the day. A group stage that we absolutely dominated. Now, we did lose one game, but it was the last game, and we just so easily qualified. Even though it was against Rapid Vienna, I gave other guys a game, rested my players for the league. So we did get beat there. I reckon if I'd have gone full pelt, we'd have won every single game. Hardly let a goal in, scored loads of goals. There's the results in one goal for you. Fantastic. Now back to the finances, just so you can see with Premier League, we started to make some money. Again, made 10 million, I think, in half a season, which is fantastic. Hopefully by the end of the year, we'll get that nice and white. We are fourth in the league. Only lost 4 games. 4 games. Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, United. Games you'd expect to lose. We've drawn 4 games. Leeds, Bournemouth, Wolves and Brighton. And we've won 11. I mean, look at some of them. 6-2 against Southampton. 5-1 against Norwich. Some really good games against Everton. We beat Man City 3-1 at home. And like I said, the tactics just been tweaked a bit, but it still scores a ton of goals, and it's now up there. I don't think it was like mid-range last year in this league with the players we had. Like Elliot Lee, he had to go. He wanted to go anyway. Harry Anderson I got about 15 million for, the right winger. Sinani I got about 9 million for. The rest were peanuts. So we did recoup some money, but this young team of mine are very exciting. But we're still shit in defence. We are bottom of the table in defence. It just shows you, we score more than you, we're going to win. Right. I believe in young players in this game, and I think the more you go into it, more regen start appearing. You can build a good young team, even with, as long as you're willing to take risks with your finances. I think you can do that, and I've done it multiple times. I've got a process. It still works, and it's still working here. But this tactic makes you think, if I did change it to something more defensive, and we didn't let in as many goals, would we be better, or would we be worse because we won't score as many? It's that. What do you do? It's that balance in it. So at the minute, I love playing with it. I love watching this team. So here's a squad arranged by average rating at the halfway point. Jeff Johnstone, some player. Pellegrini's his backup, isn't he? So, but yeah, Cavera, 11 goals. I'm happy with that. A lot of these new guys. Look at Blackman, Championship goalkeeper. He's still a boss. And talking of goalkeepers, this geezer wasn't happy. I think he thought he was going to come in and just take Jamal's place, but Jamal's a god in Wigan, and in my eyes, so he was always my number one. So he instantly got unhappy, wanted to leave, asked to leave. He decided to go to Nantes for 5 million. We're going up to 7.5 million. So this is an unexpected deal in a way, but I got him in for free, and we're making profit for him. And we'll start here. It's April the 1st, April Fool's Day, with our FA Cup campaign, and we drew 2-2 with Fleetwood, which was quite surprising. I thought we'd do these. We eventually did do them, although you can see here I'm B team in this game, and they didn't let me down. We battered them really. Should have scored more. And I stuck with the B team against the mighty Leeds United, mainly because it's that time of year in it where Europe, Premier League, obviously you start having to make decisions, and the FA Cup, I love it, but it wasn't at the top of my priority. Forget that. We're in Europe. I want to do well here against Atletico Bilbao, away in Spain. Plucky little Wigan. We did a good job here. 3-1. Some decent goals. 6-1 against Bilbao. Wigan. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. So were some of these players. There's some talent here. Thing is, a lot of them guys, well, all the ones I've brought in, all wanted minimum fees of around 80. One's got about 40. One's got about 120. But if they do become superstars, there's a chance big clubs could steal them. But hopefully they don't get too big for the boots and we can maybe do another season. And with having all this money, the club are getting a bit excited. They decided to expand the stadium, which is great. Because again, if we do carry on, if you keep watching it, if I feel motivated to play, you know, we're going to have better youth facilities, better training facilities and a bigger stadium, make more money. I also love that we're still 4th in the league. Since January the 1st, we haven't drawn any more games, but we have lost 4 more games. Just check them there. You've seen the Liverpool game. Arsenal annihilated me. Chelsea battered me. Liverpool. Oh, that hurt. Now I won't show you the defence because it's still shit. But look at that. We'd be top if we didn't let 8 goals in against Liverpool. Jeff Johnstone, man, he is some player. And that Antonio Caveira, the Englishman from Derby, I like him a lot too. I mean, players score goals in this, but we're now getting young, because we've got young talent. We do look way better, like way better. So I hope when we do have a live com today, they can show you how good they are. Well then, against Braga away, we put on a freaking masterclass. Look at them. I mean, we let a couple of goals in, but 6 goals scored. We were just on fire. Mr. Caveira, hat-trick within 8 minutes. And then he still wasn't finished. Fantastic game, but this turned out to be one of the most mental double-legged ties I've ever played. 17 goals between us. I mean, when we scored them 2 early goals, I'm thinking, here we go. Here he is, scoring again. I scored the goals in the first half. And then, yeah, mental game, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. They put up a fight, but the hill was too high for him to climb. Next, it was on to the semis against AZ. Went away, you know, defence again, shaky. As much as I love Blackman, I think if we do another year, we need to find ourselves a good goalkeeper. I think that would make a massive difference. And a few more centre-halves. I think going forward and everything else would be fantastic. The game felt pretty even, but we were just banging goals in. Pew, 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 pew. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. 7-5 in aggregate. We've played some good teams, but I think we were better than all of them, even when we've been beaten. And of course, we find ourselves in a European final against Atalanta. Good team these, aren't they? They're a decent side. But what's really interesting is this. We're 4th. We finished 4th. We've got Champions League football next year if I want to carry on. If you guys want me to carry on. And that's fantastic. We only drew 1 game the rest of the second half of the season. We lost a lot more. But what? We're 4th. 7 points clear of Chelsea. 14 points ahead of City. And what makes it even better is Man United won the league. Now I've got no one in the top goal scoring charts this year, but John Stone, second best player behind Bruno, and also the biggest assist. I mean, crazy. Burnley, Bournemouth and Fulham have gone down. Yeah, mental. What's not fun is though, Caveira is injured, so Chaplin's getting a start. Good player. I do trust him, but that is a massive loss to us because he's an absolute superstar. He's one of the main reasons we've got right here today in the European final. Right, and we're kicking off. But yeah, big loss up top really. So Chaplin can show us he's still got it in his locker. We'll have to wait and see. But they're a good team. Italian team. Not going to be easy to beat. It just depends like who shows up for us. We can score goals. We just let too many in. Let's see what happens away. Very exciting. Also very nerve-wracking. Right, here they come. Passing around quite well. Cutting us to pieces. Oh, nice bit of football. Jamalo, easy. Make sure, if you haven't already, like I keep saying, go and watch my Evolving Mindset video after this. Just trying to do as much as I can to raise awareness for Evolving Mindset. And the work they do! Chappers! No, is disallowed. It looks like something's going on here. It's been disallowed. That is shit. So yeah, I'm just trying to raise as much money as possible. All the money made from adverts on that video will go into the charity. Hopefully, you know, we can help somebody if you're struggling mentally. I'm just doing my bit. What a shot. Come on, Wigan. It's been a mad season. Top 4 in the freaking Prem. About 45 points ahead of Man City. I mean, it'd be nice to cap it off with a trophy. If we don't win, we don't win, but it would be nice. Like I said, hopefully maybe next year can maybe get that defence stronger. Everyone keeps telling me, get better defenders and you'll be alright. Back, man. And that's another thing, though. Getting to the next season, because they've done so well and the profiles are always in, we will get offers in. Probably upset a few people because I'll be turning them down. If I don't have to sell them, if no one matches a minimum fee, no one's going anywhere. I want to build a team. So, like I said, if I win this, I'll probably do another season and I'll go off the feedback of this video as well. See what to do, because obviously Champions League, but I think that might be a stretch too far. That is a beautiful ball to John Stone. And that is a beautiful finish. Right, come on. 5 minutes to go. This is very exciting. If I could put the microphone on my heart, it would be like, bum, 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 bum. Dredge brought down the box, ref. Where's your VAR now? You get. Here's Salcedo. Decent player. Charging forward, one-on-one. Safe hands. And what I have been doing in certain games towards the end is changing the mentality. And I might have to do it again. Look at him. He don't freaking get... Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. He could have gone down. He didn't. He charged on, got up on his feet and set up Backman for another one. 3-0. Come on. Made no changes at half time. And just told him to keep cracking on, basically. Well, then, not much happening so far in the second half. I've made 2 changes. Pellegrini's come on the right. And Shankland's come on for Chaplin. I'll save the other sub for a bit longer. Because like I said, I don't trust my defence. I'll be honest with you. Here's Dean. He's found Backman. Oh, come on, kid. Right, come on. 4 minutes of injury time. Here's Swanson with the worst throw I've ever seen. Worst ever. Right, come on. He's maybe redeemed himself there. Burnsy. Should become a full-time Wigan player. Maybe not after that pass. One-on-one with Blackman. Can he do anything? No, he's been dinked. What a beautiful finish from Bobby. Yeah, we're going to collapse within minutes. Come on. Come on. For fuck's sake. Don't want highlights. Here we go. Seriously. I know my team. Do you dare? You dare. I know my team. Oh my God. Blow the whistle. Seriously. Just break his leg, Swanson. Do anything you can because I am not losing this. I mean, seriously. Look how many men I've got back there and they've just ping past you, all of you. Oh my God. Seriously. I want to cry my eyes out. I want to cry my eyes out. Blow the f***ing whistle. You see my man then checking me watch? Fucking checking me watch on the sideline. See what I mean? We always concede. Oh my God. I'm so happy. Look how big Blackman is. Jesus Christ. Look how big he is. I'm so happy. But I'm also so... I feel like I nearly died of a heart attack. But do you know what? I'll take that. Ready? Well, that's nice, isn't it? Eh? Trophy number 2, European trophy in the cabinet. A lot of bigger clubs than us can't say that. I just put a bid in as well after the game for Burns, even though the pass was a bit bad. And City only want 5 million for him, so we might become one of our own. But like I said, I'm definitely all my focus and finance now. We're great going forward. All my focus and finance is on getting 2 more centre halves and a goalkeeper, I think. Well, there we go. Thank you as always for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. I sort of did. But yeah, make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and make sure you go and check out Tame Valley and my Evolving Mindset video. Both of those series are just trying to raise as much awareness for mental health as possible and raise money from the video and the shirt sales of Tame Valley, and I think they're both worth a watch. So thank you if you do, and I hope you're happy, I hope you're safe. Let me know what you think. Are we doing another one? I like to listen to what you guys think. Are we going to the Champions League? Shall I try and build a little team here? We're not doing bad this time, are we? Let me know. See you next time. I'm Booed. Bye-bye.